Would I be wrong for stepping back and letting my brother face consequences on his own? I'm 21 and my younger brother is 19. We're both autistic, but we function very differently. He struggles a lot with emotional regulation and gets angry very quickly, sometimes over small things, like correcting people for using the wrong word, for example, insisting it's a sofa instead of a couch. I can understand having strong preferences or sensitivities, but his reactions go way beyond that. He often insists he knows what other people are thinking better than they do, and will immediately tell people they're wrong, even when they're not. Even if you repeat something he just said for clarity, he'll still argue that you're incorrect. Conversations with him can feel impossible. I've tried to be patient and approach things calmly, asking questions and trying to understand him. Sometimes that works, but it's exhausting, especially when he turns around and tells me he understands my thoughts better than I do. If anyone challenges him, he escalates quickly into yelling. The bigger issue is that this behavior has never really been addressed. Growing up, whenever things got difficult, he could say he was too tired or overwhelmed, and that would end the conversation or responsibility. I absolutely understand autistic burnout and shutdowns, I experience it too, but in his case, it often feels like a way to avoid accountability entirely. My dad's approach has always been to avoid conflict. If my brother gets upset, the rest of us are told to leave him alone and stop causing problems. I'm often blamed for situations even when I'm just trying to communicate. It's gotten to the point where I question my own perception of what's happening. Right now, I'm the one driving him to college every day because he says driving overwhelms him. If I don't take him, he likely won't go, he said as much himself. He already skips classes because he stays up until 4 a.m. most nights. He uses a VR headset late into the night, which keeps me awake, and then I'm expected to drive him in the morning if he decides to attend. I've suggested he try the free therapy services at his school, but he hasn't followed through. Meanwhile, I'm losing sleep, struggling to find time to work, and watching my own mental health decline. When I've brought this up with my family, the response is always, "He's an adult, what can we do?" But at the same time, I'm being expected to support him like it's my responsibility. My dad has even said if I don't like the situation, I can move out, which I can't afford to do right now. I care about my brother, and I worry about his future. But I also feel like continuing to carry this responsibility is enabling him and hurting me in the process. So I'm considering stepping back, focusing on getting a job, taking care of myself, and no longer driving him or managing his responsibilities, even if that means he fails out of college. Would that make me wrong for choosing my own stability over continuing to support him?